Hey everybody, this is John Oxley with Hanked Physical Therapy, doing my Friday tip of the week. I had a experience this past weekend where I ran into a family friend. We were talking about my videos, and she gave me a great idea. She said, why don't you do some videos for some general stretching or exercises that people can do to stay healthy. She was having some foot and ankle issues, but was just generally describing some of her friends, each of which have different little issues that could likely be addressed by just a regular stretching program. I thought this was a great idea, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with just the legs and show about 3 or 4 stretches that people need and can do every day to just generally keep themselves out of trouble. And then in the next subsequent 2 weeks, I'm going to do one on the spine, general stretching, and then one for the shoulders and arms that people can do to just generally manage their flexibility and keep themselves out of danger of injury due to lack of flexibility. Because after all, my 40 to 60-year-old population of patients, about 90% of them are here because of lack of flexibility issues. There's no other real reason other than they have created some sort of painful situation as a result of poor flexibility or tightness in a specific area. So following through with an easy 15 to 20 minute stretching program every day with the exercises I'm going to show you over the next couple weeks will likely keep these people out of trouble and keep them away from the physical therapist and away from the doctor's office. The first stretch I'm going to show you today is really easy. Most people have done it. It's a runner stretch. It's for the calf. You wouldn't believe how calf gastroc tightness causes or contributes to knee pain. It'll make arthritic knee pain a lot worse. So all you got to do is find a wall. You're going to lose my face here in a second, but I'm still going to be talking. Probably a good thing, actually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get up against the wall. The foot that I'm trying to stretch is going to go back. Foot's going to stay straight. You don't want to be turning it out. Knee's going to stay straight. And I'm going to lean on my front leg so I'm getting a good calf stretch. You're going to hold this for 10 seconds. You're going to do 10 of them. And then you're just going to switch and do both legs. That's going to be the first stretch in your series. The second exercise we're going to talk about today, and I'm going to demonstrate, is just a hamstring stretch. You wouldn't believe how often tight hamstrings will create knee pain or make arthritic knees worse when they're tight, and how much better an arthritic knee can get by simply using a belt, a sheet, a rope. I'm going to use a belt today because that's just what we have. You're going to get on your bed. You can sit in a chair and put your foot on a stool. You're going to wrap that belt around your foot. Sit up nice and tall. Lean forward. You want to feel a nice stretch in your hamstring where it comes and attaches in the back of your knee. You may feel a little stretch in your calf with this. What I typically tell people, just to make it easy to remember, 10-second holds, do 10 of them, and then you're going to switch and do the other leg. Third exercise I'm going to demonstrate today is just a quad stretch. So I took that same belt. You can use a rope, a belt, loop it around your foot, and you're going to pull it up and pull it towards you so you feel a stretch in your thigh right here. If you have pain in your knee when you do this, you probably shouldn't be doing it, but what you can do is you can try and get a pillow, stick it right underneath your knee so it's kind of propped up like that, and get a better stretch in your quad. It may take the knee pain away and give you a little better stretch. But this is a great stretch for your quad, and you can just flip over right after doing your hamstring stretch and do this one. Again, 10 seconds, 10 times. Fourth exercise I'm going to show today is going to be a hip stretch. It's really easy to do. A lot of people, when they try to do this stretch, they have no stretch. If you don't get a stretch with doing it, it doesn't feel uncomfortable at all, it feels perfectly easy, then you don't need to be doing it, and you can cut this out of your program. You're going to lay flat on the bed, flat on the floor. You're going to take the leg or hip that you want to stretch. In my case, it's going to be my left. I'm going to sit my foot right on my other knee and just let my other knee sit out and go down towards the bed or the floor. We call this a figure 4 stretch. Some people call it a Faber stretch. Either way, you're stretching the front of your hip. If you feel like you're getting a good stretch, just let gravity pull that knee down. And again, you're going to hold it for 10 seconds. Last stretch in the series for this week, stretch number 5, is going to be a stretch that's going to help with tightness through the glute or buttock area. Generally, a lot of people use this when they have tightness or pain in their buttock that's coming from their low back. This stretch is not really that good for that type pain, but it is good for just general hip stiffness and tightness, especially if you've got some arthritis in that hip. So again, you're going to lay down on your back. The leg that you're trying to stretch, in my case, is going to be my left. I'm going to take both hands. I'm going to take my left hip, and I'm going to pull it up and over towards my opposite hip. So I'm pulling my left knee towards my right shoulder, And again, you're going to hold this for 10 seconds. Do that 10 times. And then as you're laying here, you can just easily switch to the opposite and feel a good stretch through your buttock here. Thanks everybody for watching this week. Hopefully those 5 exercises or so will help you loosen up in your legs, make you a little bit less injury prone. If you've got some aches and pains, these stretches will very likely help. Next week we'll focus more on some general spine stretches, things that people can do for the spine, which is a little bit more in depth, but I think they're easy enough that almost anybody can do at home. Thanks for the feedback. Send any questions you have, and again, we'll see you next week.